recording since I was not able to be at the boot camp physical science session. Ms. Danville did an awesome job on the boot camp session, so please make sure you watch that link. I wanted to show you some things that I have set up and how to find things in the classroom really quick to make sure everyone understands how I set up the room. So once you have logged in to your home page, you'll see that you can see the classes in my schedule. Of course, yours is going to look different than mine because you probably will not have 2 physical science classes or 2 biology or whatever I have on here. I have quite a few classes right now that are repetitious, but you're going to find yours and load them in so you won't have to worry about which physical science classroom to enter because you'll only see yours. You're going to enter in onto there. And what I really recommend that you do is get to know some of these tabs. So if you click this content tab, which does show you this way, it has a little scrolly thing. You can see it here, but there's a lot of information in here. I put extra information in the content. So you definitely want to go in and see where some of this information is. I will have the class announcements. I try not to overwhelm anyone with emails. So I try to keep it here in the announcements and in the content. Now, in the first week, you'll probably get a couple more emails from me than normal because they're, as I discover things and I'm getting things set, I need to communicate that information to you. So under the course materials, you'll find how to contact me. You'll find the syllabus. I have this nice session here because I know that some of you have not had to use these skills or do some of these things yet. So I have some helps in here, different helps that you can scan and look at if you're not sure how to do something or if you don't remember. When I'm first learning something, sometimes I need to do it more than once. So I have those helps in there. I have a file here for the contact sheet that you'll be filling out and turning in. And you'll see that the diagnostic test is here for you to take, and you should be able to take that. So one of the things that was talked about was the idea that you will be showing your participation, getting your participation points by taking a daily quiz. And you'll see they're lessoned named, apologize for that, they're named whatever the lesson is plus the word attendance. And they will show up on your overdue list or your due list for that day. You will see them, but you're just going to click on it and put in the code word, whatever that code word is for the day. And when you go back to the class home, you will see them on your calendar. So you'll find the due dates. This is there's a lot of information. There's a lot of cool stuff in here. So you'll see the dark blue means that it's due, and then you'll see what's coming up due. You can also go into class plan and see it by week or agenda level or even month. You can see your Class Connects schedule over here on the right also. So your book, I wanted to show your book where it is and what it looks like. So you just actually are going to go into the content. It's loading here. And again, yours will look slightly different than mine. You won't see everything. You'll see this really cool word wall that I'm borrowing from Miss Dansfeld. She did an awesome job with study notes, and she lets me use that, so it's really cool. But this is your textbook. When you see those little squares with the interlocking link, it just means it's a link, and it's a link to your textbook. So here you are. You've just now opened the textbook, and you can go through the reading. Well, at the end of this, sometimes you'll see some practice quizzes that you can take. to help test your understanding of what's going on. If you are a note taker type of person, they have these study guides that you can download. You can save them to your computer or you can download them. So I can change it right here and save it as a PDF. And it just helps you go through the material. I'm going to cancel it because I really don't need it saved. I already have it saved somewhere else. When we're doing the labs, you will need to have these. The rest of the time, they're just kind of optional, and I'll try to make my PowerPoints optional or available to you also. I'll have a link in here that will say a link to PowerPoints and Helps where you can get that information. And I wanted to show you real quick. I know I'm speaking fast. That's a great thing about a pause button is that you can go in and hit pause. But your labs are in this section also. So I know that we are going to do a lab in section 1. You sometimes will see that there will jump numbers. It's okay. It's because I've hid the lesson. We're not going to do that lesson or that activity, whatever it might be. So when I'm going through my reading in a lab, if there's a lab, what I'm going to find out is there's a link to the lab right here in the material. And there it is. And then you would just click on that and it says, hey, you're going to this source. Do you want to go to this source? And you would click on it and here's a little sneak preview of our first lab. Okay, so I've covered now some of the things you can find in the content and the class homepage, the tools. You can also find your assignments that way by clicking on assignments. And then there is the grade tab. That's where you're going to see more about your grade. Now your grade is going to look a little bit different than this because you'll start to see points in there. When it says a dash, it means it hasn't been graded yet. If you see a 0, it means it's missing. And it will show you your grade and your points. If it's extra credit, usually it just shows you the points that are added to your grade. I think I've covered the main tools. You can use the progress bar too to help you of this session and how to find things in there. The one that you'll probably use the most, like I said, is the content section. And I look forward to working with you this year. It's going to be fun. If science stresses you out, don't worry. We're here to help you. It's all about the doing. We're attempting to be scientists. We are going to do the work of scientists, but we don't expect success at every step of the way. Just like reading, learning to read, learning to ride a bike, learning to walk. At first, you don't do it well. I understand that. And guess what? I'm not perfect at science yet either. And I make mistakes every day because I'm not perfect. So it's okay. We're going to support each other. We're here to help each other. It's going to be a fun and exciting year. And if you don't like science, well, let's find something that we can get through and relate to because we live in a world all around us, and I think we'll be able to make some of those connections. We'll find a way to make those connections where you can see that science is useful. Have a great, wonderful day, and I look forward to seeing you next time.